Okay, this is the second of me little trips out into local roads around Runcorn. Now, I did pick my route and put it on the sat-nav, but sat-nav wouldn't read it, and when I tried to copy it back again, my computer wouldn't read the disc, so I'm playing this one by ear, or by memory. So we'll see. But I'm heading out to Grappenhall and doing a right turn over the top of the motorway, then a right turn somewhere else onto a lane, then all the way back. Not so long this time. Last time was about 24 miles, this one will be about 20. And of course I picked the wrong time. It's rush hour. This is going to be fun. Now, I've been having a look at my rear tyre. It's alright at the moment, but I'm not 100% sure it's going to be good for Scotland. I might have to replace it before we go. The MOT is due the 25th of March. We're not due to go until the 19th of April. So I'll have plenty of time to do something about it if it needs replacing. But I'm also thinking about what to do for a replacement tyre. You see, with my 1400 I had, first time ever riding a bike, had traumas over tyres. When I got it, it had the Bridgestone pt2s on it, and I didn't like them. They were great in the dry, but the bike didn't seem to want a corner when it rained. I happened to get a puncture when I was in Denmark and replaced it, and the only tyre they had that they could put on was a Metzeler. And if you want the truth, I felt really good on that rear Metzeler. Made a big difference to the bike pretty much straight away. After that I put a Continental on. The reason I chose the Continental is that I used to have one on me and ZZR 1100, and I really did like that tyre on that bike. I have to say on the 1400 it was terrifying. The only time in my life I've ever got on a bike to ride and spent the whole ride with bile at the back of my throat. It really was a scary tyre to be riding on. So I was mega happy when the tyre got a puncture and I had to replace it. I went straight back to a Metzeler, a pair of Metzelers as it happens. Missed me turn. Oh, watch what you're doing there, sunshine. Fortunately, I know this area slightly well. So, as I was saying, I replaced the tyres with a pair of Metzelers. That was just before we were heading off to Split in Croatia. And I put the M5 Sportex on. Deliberately, and they were the ones that had just a single compound and the softer compound of them all. Well, I love the tyres, they were really good, but they wore out damn quick. By the time we got back from Croatia, the rear one was basically flaking. So when I replaced it with the Sportec M7s, the RRs. Still a bloody good tyre. And I love the grip, all of it, but they did last a bit longer. That was the main thing. Instead of getting about 4,000 miles, 5,000 miles, I got like an extra 1,000 over and above. And then when we were going away again, I got the Roadtex on. Was it Roadtech? I think it might have been Roadtech. It was the Z8 Interact I put on it. Well happy with that tyre as well, to be fair. I I'd quite happily ride with that tyre all day long. And then I got this bike. I got knocked off the old one, in case you don't know, and I bought this one to replace it with, and it came with the Bridgestone pt2s, which is what it's got on it now. And in all honesty, on this bike I've actually liked the tyre. Been really happy with it. However, I watched the Missenden Flyers video and the review of the Road Tech 01s. 8,500 miles he got out of them. Now, obviously down to riding style. I'm not really sure how my riding style compares with his. But 8,500 miles out of a tyre doesn't sound bad, but I'd be taking a risk. I'd be on this bike. The BT21 works fantastic, and I guess you should really stick with what you find is working. But I'm not sure about how many miles you get out of these tyres. I've done 3,500 miles on it now. I don't know how many miles it'd done before I got it. But if I replace it, I've got to do 1,200 miles around Scotland, about 3.5 on the way to Romania and back, and then there's all me bits in between. Paul's going to want to go and cover some distance on his bike, so he can go and get it serviced. And I'd like to go with him, so count that in, that's about 5,000 miles, a little over maybe. Then there's all me just day-to-day running, and probably put another 1,000 on. So you're looking at about between 6,000 and 7,000 miles in total, which would mean I run the risk of needing to look for a new tyre before I get back off the continent. Whereas if I'm going to get 8,000 miles or so off a Road Tech 01, just put that tyre on and I don't need to worry about it, assuming I get the same mileages as the Missenden Flyer got. So it's a bit of a quandary, and for the minute I really don't know which is the best way to go. Got plenty of time to think about it though. What I'm looking for is a turn off for Grappenhall. I'm not sure if I have to turn off. That says Appleton. I don't need that one. Now, Paul has tried his tent. He set it up yesterday. Now, to be fair, Paul hasn't really been camping since he was a lad. And when I say a lad, probably 10 or 11. About 30 years. Tents have moved on a lot since then, and these tents are the dome tents with the fiberglass poles. I don't suppose he's particularly used to setting one of those up. It did take him an hour, but fair comment, it would do if you don't know. I've had that kind of tent before. Had one for quite a while, went camping with it quite a lot, so I know how it works and I know how to get it set up. I don't see me taking an hour over it. I don't see Paul taking an hour over it actually when he's had a bit of practice. But it looks a good tent from the pictures. Looks like there's plenty of room in it. Now I probably won't even take mine out. I don't have a lawn I can set it up on. I don't really fancy the idea of setting it up in a local park in Runcorn anywhere. Probably find it. Well, let's not say anything. I live in Runcorn. But I did get some extra camping type stuff. I've got a collapsible washing bowl, £7.68 on Amazon, and it packs up smaller than a £20 note. But you open it out and it's a washing bowl that's about 8 inches deep, around a foot in diameter, plenty big enough for washing a few pots and pans. I also bought a couple of water bottles. As it happens, they were £7.68 as well. Two of them. One of them holds 5 litres, the other holds 10 litres. Now, We usually carry a bit of water with us. I reckon I could buy a litre bottle of water at a service station when I get some fuel, so I'm not going to really worry about things like that. At the campsite, because we're there for 3 days, we're not going to pack the tents up or anything like that. We're literally going to set them up and leave them. Wouldn't go amiss to have water with us, so as when we come back off what might be a long day's ride, to be fair, the water's already there. We don't need to mess about. We can just get straight on and cook our tea. And if we're not messing about, we've got more time for beer. Talking of which, we both have watched the Grand Tour from last week, and they did part of the North Coast 500. Now, they picked a route that I looked at while they were driving. I was thinking, you know what, that looks brilliant. That looks absolutely brilliant. So I went looking at the route I'd picked to see if it took in that road. I had to go and find the road first, but I did eventually find it. Now, to go from the campsite we're staying at over to... do I really want this? Don't really get a choice. Let's go over to Applecross and then across to Torridon and across to Unnerpool via Unnerpool. And then back to the tent. It is about 440 miles, and according to Google Maps it would take about 11 hours riding time. You'll have some time for stops for a bit of a break. You're probably looking at more like 13 or 14 hours to do that, and it's only daylight from I think 6:30 in the morning till 8:30 at night, which is 14 hours. It's a lot of riding in a day. I've done it, so has Paul. So it's not out of reach, but it is a lot when you're supposed to be kind of enjoying yourself and not killing yourself. So I don't know. I kind of looked at it as we'll go to Applecross up to Torridon and see where we are. See how long it's going to take us to get back to the campsite from there. If we've got enough time, we'll head on towards Unnerpool. If we've got enough time to get back from there, I might key in the route that takes in the road that they did on the Grand Tour on Friday, and then we'll see how we get on. I also bought some new pots and pans, a little bit more expensive. They were £19.99. But I got a non-stick frying pan, non-stick saucepan, a non-stick kettle. Why on earth it needs to be non-stick, but it is. I got a soup spoon. Bloody great big plastic thing it is. And a pan scrubber. Happy with that. Right, Stretton is where... No, I don't want to go to Stretton. I want to go straight on over the top of the motorway and then turn right. So I'm thinking I'll leave my rectangular aluminium pans at home this time and take that little set. Packs up nicely, everything fits inside each other. Even got a lid for the pan, not the frying pan, but the I don't know what they call them now. It's a deep pan. So I think more or less ready. I need a gas bottle. I've got some left from last year, but I can't see it lasting for 3 days, so maybe I'll have to buy another big bottle, big canister of it. Right, now with any luck, we're out of all of the the really heavy traffic. Start to get a bit of a jazz on. Maybe. Oh yeah. You watch me miss me turn now, whenever it comes up. Yeah, there's the motorway. This is actually a lovely road. Now effectively when I'm going back basically by the same route I went out on before, so I'll be going through Stretton. So I guess along here somewhere I'm looking for a road sign that says Stretton. Otherwise I'll end up in Knutsford. Battlefield Live, Knutsford, I wonder what that is. Must look that up. Great Budworth. Let's have a look at this one then, hey? Ah, there we go. Car's going to slow down, so I can go straight through. That's not a problem. It'll be interesting to see how these cameras cope. I've got an AC22 and I've always felt in these conditions it really does not do very well. But I noticed from the last ride out that the drift cameras don't do a whole lot better. Whoop. Neither do my eyes as it happens. Don't want that one. Nice bit of a country lane, this. Lovely. Now for somewhere in my eyes this would be fantastic. Getting up and over the motorway again, so I'm vaguely heading in the right direction, as in Aston by Budworth, as in I'm heading home. I'm loving this road. It's absolutely brilliant. Now, because I'm not sure if I'm actually on the road I intended to ride, I don't know the number of this road, so if I know the names of the places as I'm going through, as I go through them, I can look it up on the map. Right. Pickmere, Budworth, Northwich, probably the right direction. Straight back into the sun again. That's great, thank you. As it happens, I know where that sun will be in relation to my house, so I know I am heading in the right direction. They sounded like very old bikes to me. Oh, bloody hell. See, even with my eyesight, that sun flickering through the trees, it's got to be playing havoc with the cameras. Right, let's see what this says. Westgate Lane. Doesn't tell me where it's going there, does it? Field Grove. Still doesn't tell me where it's going. Aston by Budworth. I know where Budworth is. I think I was down there the other day. But I have to admit, even though this might not be what I was picking, I'm actually enjoying the ride. I'll be making a note of where this one was because I'm enjoying myself so bloody much. Look at it. Just look at that. tell me where it's going to go. It should be heading that way, into the sun. Well, I used to be able to find Pickmere on the map easy enough. Nice little place. A lot of new looking houses. Not too far from home. Well, I enjoyed that country lane. Would have been better if the sun had been a bit higher in the sky, or maybe even a bit cloudy but not raining. Then I could have seen where I was going. Would have been a lot better. Wincham. Please drive slowly through the village. Can't really see I'm going to have much of a choice. Yeah, it doesn't matter what I do, that sun stays right in the eyes. Might be some time before I see a sign for Runcorn. Alright, I've got 40 miles left in the tank. Don't think I brought my wallet though, so. Marston, Great Budworth. Well, I think I'll head off down that way. A559. Marston. It's a little bit better. Flying Saltworks. I think I know vaguely where I am now. Only vaguely. But this road leads to Warrington, so I haven't got really very many complaints about that. Found my way back from Warrington easily enough. They have a lot of little ponds around here, the side of the road. I don't know if you're allowed to fish in them or not. Nice looking church over there. I like churches. Don't like going in them. As in, I'm not religious. So I'll go there for things like christenings, weddings, and funerals. What I like, people put their heart and soul into building those at one time. The best efforts of their community and their society went into building those. Great Woodworth. As long as I'm still heading to Warrington, I'm not bothered. I like this road as well. Alright. Cock at Budworth. Antrobus. Right, I know where I am now. Came down here the other day, so I really just want to follow the signs for either Runcorn or Warrington and I'll be fine. Remember this, I came in the opposite direction on Saturday. Just need to have a think about where I was when I came here. Whereabouts did I come out? Cranley. Yeah, I don't want to go down there, I know that. Antrobus Arms looks nice. I seem to remember crossing over a motorway. So I think I followed this, crossed over the motorway. Then there was a road that headed off to Runcorn. means I stayed out a bit further than I'd sort of originally planned. It's alright, I'll live with that. I was actually going to go out on Sunday night again and try and turn this bike at low speed. But the rugby didn't finish till about 5 o'clock, and it would have been probably dark by the time I got to the car park and started messing about. So I didn't do it, so I'm going to do that this Sunday instead when there's no rugby on. The weekend after there will be 3 games of rugby, the last 3 games I think it is. So I won't do that Sunday either, depending on what time the game is, the last one. Lower Stretton, here we are. Now somewhere along here, I've got to cross over the motorway to actually find my turn to head down through Ham. The road sign back there said we're in Warrington. So I'll probably go out again on Sunday. The reason I prefer doing it on a Sunday is all the shops shut at 4 o'clock, the car park's empty, there's nobody just pottering about, so it's just easier. I have watched what he does. It's Motor Jitsu is the site, and it's how to turn any bike tightly or quickly. Probably attach the link to it. It's kind of a combination of 3 things: where you look, how you position yourself on the seat, and how you use the clutch. All of those 3 things have got to be balanced up. I've also watched the American police practicing it. Quite a lot of them fall off, which of course I don't want to do. So I'm going to work my way along slowly, inch by inch, getting a feel for how the bike behaves under certain circumstances at those sorts of speeds. And just start to see how much tighter I can get this bike to turn and be under control. There we go, this will be the crossing over the motorway. I have noticed with this bike, and probably with any bike to be fair, if you turn your head right round and look behind you, the bike don't half turn fast. Which means I'd need a bit of extra speed to hold the bike up, which would mean a bit more clutch. But I'd also need to move my body a bit further over, because he's actually hanging off his bike to balance it. He's actually pushing against his footrests. So we get to force acting in the opposite direction that the bike's leaning, which is in some way what holds it up. So all of that's got to be balanced, and if you don't get it right, the bike is on its way down. Right, Spire Cheshire Hospital, I'm in Stretton, that's fine. I just need to see something that tells me I'm going to turn and head for Hatton. I'm not sure if there's a pub at the corner as it happens. Yeah, let's not go to the hospital then. Daresbury, there's the sign, that's what I want. And it's a B road, that's perfect. Stockton Heath Carl Sales, don't want to go there. Appleton Thorn, Daresbury, so it's going to be up here. I know where it is now. Yeah, there is a pub on the corner, I think, and a set of traffic lights too. There they are. I'm not going to bother riding straight to the front of this lot because I'll only be turning left across the front of them. Not a good move. That was an hour. I wasn't expecting to be out that long. Doesn't matter. I enjoyed those roads. And 45 miles on this, that means it's got about 40 miles left in the tank. Need to fill up this week, I think. Yeah, there we go. And here's the pub, the Cat and the Lion. It's quite nice outside actually. And I know I'm heading in the right direction because the sun's in my eyes again. And I can't see a blind thing. Better. I did once have a crash helmet with a visor that you could drop down, like a little sun visor thing. I had that helmet for about 3 years and I can't remember ever having used the visor on it. Right now I think I could do with that helmet. Bad this when you can't see. Right, let's go and see if we can get past this little fellow before the pub. Right, so you won't be able to see me over here. I don't know why they make it a left-hand drive. What difference would it make? Well, I can see him now, so he'll be able to see me if he looks in his mirror, which he wasn't then. Turn and head off to Runcorn. Straight with my eyes into the sun again. I have to be careful on here. Last time I was on here there was a group of people with a bloke in a wheelchair coming down here. No one wants to run into anybody like that, do they? Keep yourself somewhere near the middle. can actually see alright here. The hedges are a bit higher, and I'm not exactly heading straight into the sun. That's a bit better. There's the old Daresbury Science Centre. It's a research centre that they've got. So this now will put me into Daresbury, I think. And I'll be back at the Ring of Bells pub as well. I'm not saying I'm a fanatic for pubs. I've spent a fair amount of time in them in the past. These days the places I go to just for a bit of food. Alright, so that's the Ring of Bells. Nice tables and chairs outside, that'd be really good in the summer. Ah, car park too. So, I do a right hand turn here. And I'm ready for the ride-o, the last part of the ride-o. There we are, Runcorn. Right, don't know where I'm picking next time. If I go into work on it this week, because I'm on early shifts, I might do some roads round Ellesmere Port, the country lanes round there. I actually even know.